Hey everybody, good to see you. Just coming to you on a Friday right quick with some breaking news. So I'm gonna jump right into it. But hey, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. It's really good for you. And before we get started, don't be envious of people, be inspired by people. And we're gonna be really happy for Miss Jody Turner Smith, who I really don't know who she is, but as this article is going to tell us, she pictured in Tudor costume as she plays Anne Boleyn in convention challenging new drama. Huh? Okay, for those who don't know, she was Henry the Eighth, I think, or the 14th, whatever. One of his wives, right, or mistresses or something. I learned about her, forgot about her. I'm doing this on the fly. So let's see what they say. The actress will play the second wife, okay, there you go, of King Henry VIII in a new drama for Channel 5, which will tell the story of Boleyn's final months before her beheading. Okay, Jody, 34, was pictured on location in Yorkshire for the first time, and while she wore a black duffel coat over her costume, well, it is December, her period headpiece was visible as she prepared for a scene as the Tudor Queen. Now, you may have problems with this. Like I said, really happy for the actress. But when you say convention challenging new drama, newsflash for y'all, ain't nothing conventional about this. Ain't nothing convention challenging about this, I'm sorry. So remember, if you've been on this channel or coming back, I often quote President Andrew Johnson, right? Where he said, this is after the Civil War, that the key to politics is no longer the issue of slavery. It is race. And so I'm not saying that this actress is in cahoots with some political party somewhere. It's a job. She's going to take it. Okay. It's a challenging role to play someone in the 16th century who is not of your ethnicity. So it's a challenge to her. God bless her. But the fact that people are shocked or that feel a little weird about this just plays into what President Andrew Johnson was saying. They keep race in front of you, right? Who cares about her acting skills, right? They just go keep this issue in front of you. But what they do, and this just goes with the narrative, right? What they don't do for some reason is buck the narrative. And the narrative I always say is, you got to have Black victims. Well, the narrative is all whites are evil, Blacks are victims, right? I would love to see a movie or read a book that's not, that I don't have to dig in the archive to find, about, let's say, the Holy Roman Emperor Charles V, who sent the Spanish Armada to Northern Africa and got his butt whipped, right? And he got his soldiers basically annihilated. Well, it was a heavy storm that helped with that. But man, that Armada got just demolished, and the soldiers, Navy men, if you want to call them, they all got rounded up and sold into slavery. They had so many of them, some were being sold for onions, right? But that doesn't go with the narrative of Black victimization. That's white victimization. That's why you probably never hear or see a movie about the Moors pre-1492, when they ruled Spain for about 700 years. Now, I'm only saying this to say, everybody's been a victim of somebody. But how come only Black folks have to be victims? And how come only white folks have to be victimizers? It's kind of strange. If you want to know where I got the stuff about Charles V from, it's in a book written in 1857, all right, by this guy named Blake, W.O. So William Blake. But it's called The History of Slavery and the Slave Trade, Ancient and Modern. You can go get this at archives.org. It's free. It's in the public domain. So, you know, I really don't want to support stuff like this. What's wrong with the fact that the woman was white? Like, what's wrong with that? Like, why do you have to change the character to a black woman? I mean, if it's gonna be a period piece and you change stuff, why don't you change the dress? You know, like I heard someone say earlier today. Why you gotta change the race of the person? And plus all the political implications of changing the character. Why not an Asian character? Why not a Hispanic one? But you know, you're gonna put in, okay. Well, I'm gonna watch it under protest. I'm just saying. Didn't know that. Didn't see that coming. Okay, but let me go to the other news. If you didn't know, now you know. Your boy, Star-Lord, is now bisexual. And if you didn't know that, I'm here to tell you. So Peter Quill, and you know what's funny about this, or ironic? I'm just gonna say it's ironic. There's nothing to see here. There's no shenanigans going on. But if you guys know, Peter, what's the actor's name? Can't think of his name. But he's fairly conservative. He's not, you know, a big Trump supporting conservative, but the guy goes to church and, you know, pretty much just want to be left alone. And they like, no, you have to, hey, lockstep or nothing, right? You either lockstep with us on the left and here in Hollywood, or we gonna do this to you. Okay, so good luck and have fun playing this role if they roll this out in the theaters. But let's see what it says. Marvel Comics has officially signed off on making Peter Quill, aka Star-Lord, I don't know, logically bisexual and polyamorphous. I don't even know what this stuff is, man. This dude, Ewing's new Guardians of the Galaxy #9 story, I Shall Make You a Star-Lord, reveals that Quill has survived after apparently being killed during an explosion back in issue #2, but has been catapulted into a parallel reality. All right, look, whatever the story is. All right, Chris Pratt, who plays the character of Star-Lord in Marvel's blockbuster Guardians of the Galaxy films, was publicly accused of continuing to attend an infamously anti-LGBTQ church by Umbrella Academy actor Elliot Page, who used to be Ellen Page, I believe, last February. Pratt later refutes this. Don't matter, dude. You can refute it all you want. They don't care. They do not care. And the reason I'm bringing this to you, other than the fact that it's kind of strange, is if you look behind me, man, I've been in the comics for a while. And if you've been, you know, checking me out every now and then, I'll mention some not comics really, but some video games, one in particular, The Last of Us Part 2. But this reminded me of what they did a little while ago with Iceman. Did you know Iceman is now gay? Like, why? Why? I don't get it, man. It's just to stir up stuff. And I really think it is a disservice to all of my LGBTQ family and friend members out there. You know, just using you, your group, just like they did with black folks, or just like they're doing with black folks. I think it's disingenuous. I would love for someone in the LGBTQ community to stand up and say, look, why does Iceman have to be gay? Why don't you create a new character and show how, you know, when he was young, maybe he, you know, had these feelings, wasn't sure about his sexuality, and did like normal stuff. Basically, what you got going on is like, turn the switch, people gay. Dang, how it works, right? So with that said, a wise woman once said, now it may have been a character or she actually said it, but you can ignore reality, but you cannot ignore the consequences of ignoring reality. All right. Now, what does this have to do with anything? Well, one, it just sounds good. Take it with you for the weekend and sound real smart amongst your friends. But the reality, as it relates to the subject matter here, man, the reality is, for example, King Henry VIII married a white woman from England. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Leave it alone. If you want to tell good stories that involve Black people, why don't you go to Africa and talk to some of the people there? I'm sure they got plenty of stories, right, that don't involve shenanigans like this. Or my suggestion is, if you want to be legitimate, if you want to be genuine, why don't you start telling some stories about white people as victims? Now, I know there might be one or two here and there, but it's not a narrative by any stretch of the imagination. And so if we want to be genuine, if we want to just say, you know, everybody's the same, we're all human, we're all brothers, we all love the same stuff, we all have the same values and goals, let's talk about the Moors in Spain. Let's talk about how Charles V got whacked, right, when he went to Northern Africa and got all his army sold into slavery. They had so many of them, like I said, they were selling the Funyuns. And with that said, I'm out. Please like, share, subscribe. Really appreciate you guys. Love your comments. Keep leaving them. And until next time, peace. Have a good weekend.